Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into another daily read. This time around, we're going to talk about Sunday or thereabout. I feel there's a sense of determination within your energy being drawn to this reading, and it's shining bright throughout this Sunday period. There's also going to be a focus on your worth, your value, what you bring to the table in one, if not multiple, important situations within your world. And I feel if it's two situations for you, they each hold different levels, different types of importance for you, and maybe one or two solid commonalities, things in common, if that makes sense. But it does feel like a day where you're remembering that you are worthy, all right, in the midst of what feels like change. For some, in regards to your perspective, your viewpoint, it could be about somebody, something, that situation as a whole, if not a couple at most, once again, for some. But you're going to be feeling out things very accurately at this time, and that may not be new for you being drawn to this reading for the majority, but it's this feeling of you being pushed to stop and read the room, all right? Pushed to stop and feel things out accurately. Being pushed to stop and remember something in maybe a negative sense, something negative from the past, maybe a wrongdoing for some, a difficulty, and therefore you're able to proceed, maybe avoid, hearing the word dodge very strategically. You're going to remember that you have a lot ahead for you, and Spirit saying there's the potential that you are wrapped up with something or somebody where there's a temporary energy in regards to that, okay? And this is important for you to carry forward, remembering wise, because there's the potential that you may add heaviness to what's at hand by giving it more weight, by thinking or feeling in the moment, maybe even acting upon this very long lasting sort of energy, if that makes sense. I really feel we're needing to add this light and airy feeling into whatever you're wrapped up with, because let's remember, it's a Sunday. You know what I mean? Sundays are not meant to be heavy, even though sometimes they are. And I do feel like there's some sort of frustration that you're going to be feeling, maybe more so remembering for some, even witnessing when it comes to other people. This is going to highlight where you've been doing things correctly, right, to your benefit, and where you could strive for some improvement. I'm being drawn to the number 12, all right, 12. There's something about this collective being quite tired at this time. Sundays are meant to be healing regardless of, like myself, if it's going to be busy for you or not. I do sense that you're going to need to, rest your pretty eyes is what I'm hearing. Make sure that you are proceeding through the Sunday period. And this may, you may need to remind yourself of this at certain points, and being completely real, to take it easy, okay? Don't add weight to something that you know is going to stress you out, leave you with more or in general frustration. They're saying sometimes when it doesn't fit, looking at this imagery, it's not meant to fit, period. Thinking about if you were to try to put that square peg into that round hole, you're just going to frustrate yourself. And so Spirit's saying, don't force it. Everything that's meant to be will be along your path, and things that are not meant to be will not be. But the intuition card, because this is a day where I believe we mentioned it in this reading, I become very forgetful in regards to what I'm channeling. You're going to be feeling things very intuitively, very accurately, and this has happened to you in the recent past, where those or some of those moments are going to take a highlight, or at least one significant time. And I feel you're going to be, seeing things accurately. It's almost as if somebody's experiencing somebody's facade falling to the wayside, or maybe once again, you could be experiencing a connection, even if you're not wrapped up with them throughout this day, where their facade is very clearly, shown to you, and then it feels like it's not within the situation, and then it's back up. You know what I mean? And so Spirit's saying you need to be feeling and seeing things very accurately, because we need strategy implemented more so than ever moving forward and throughout this day. But energy is everything, is now what I'm getting. You're going to be feeling as if you need to protect your individual energy. And this is feeling like it's nothing new for you, but it's very important throughout this day because there are people going through it. There are people maybe trying to attack your energy. This feels very spiritual if that's the case. But regardless, I feel in the midst of this necessary reflecting period, obviously find the thin line and don't cross it. I feel like you're going to want to improve your mood at a certain point or your energy overall, and they're saying good, go for it, right? Strive for that. But of course, like everything in life, find the balance. Don't overdo it in that process, because it could end up having the opposite effect for you. You know what I mean? At the bottom of the deck, the strength card, because I really feel this Sunday period reminds each of us individually how truly strong we are as a growing, improving soul, okay? You're not perfect and you're not meant to be. The day also reminds you of that. It almost feels like somebody who's less perfect than you, less strong than you, maybe more ordinary and less special than you, is judging you for this or that from the past, or maybe throughout this day, or both. And Spirit's saying, pay no mind to it, because guess what? They don't have this large destiny, this purpose that you do. They don't walk this special path like you do. And Spirit's saying that each and every one of us, including you being drawn to this reading, including myself, we all at times need to remind ourselves of the importance of looking within, or reflecting, looking at ourselves and regrounding, rebalancing, coming back to reality instead of outwardly judging others and deflecting is the wording I'm getting. Do you know what I'm saying? As my voice struggles, sorry, it was a long Friday night for me. Let's pull some tarot. Can't go wrong with the good old Light Seers Tarot. The Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Spirit is saying, reap the rewards, my friend. Think about the best, okay? It's going to not only benefit your energy, your way of being, your experiences and accomplishments throughout this day, but it's going to help you in regards to manifesting and minimalizing the BS within your world, going back to this card. It's really going to be a time for you where you're reminded a choice of yours from the recent past was the correct one. For me, it's going to be, even though it's exhausting and draining, reading for all 12 signs again. It's helping my channel finally progress in the right direction and grow. Even though the break for over a year and only reading for 4 signs in the dailies was the correct choice as well. We don't have to fully understand why we chose something from the past to proceed with confidence. That's also part of this day. There's a real focus on why you went through a difficulty as a child, or a younger, less mature, less grown and advanced soul, as in being drawn to this part of the Ten of Cups. What did you once dream about, hope for, wish for? A very star card energy, and then you gave up on it. We're needing you to re-believe in it, okay? Or at least remember why you desired that, why it was part of your vision, your hopes, your dreams for the future. And even maybe there being a focus in regards to why you gave up on it. You know what I mean? You dropped it, left it behind in the past. And Spirit's saying, wow, as I get a little bit emotional, yeah, I'm hearing we all go through it. As I'm being drawn to these faint hands in the distance in the background of the Six of Wands, you're going to feel people desiring your attention, maybe your advice, your skill set, your approval even. And let this not only remind you of your worth and your value once again, and what you are meant to create and develop moving forward for some, but let that outweigh and even overshadow in a positive sense the judgments, the annoyances, the lack of approval from somebody or multiple people within your world or a situation as a whole. It's another day that reminds you, my friend, that you deserve to be happy with the Ten of Cups rainbow imagery there. And that doesn't have to entail what's at hand if you desire a change for the future. There may be a spirit coming through that's pushing you to think about an ending too soon. Discard it. On to the next, okay? That may as well be a vibe for you, an energy throughout this period where Spirit's saying, on to the next. Lingering, overdoing it, forcing it in certain moments, again, is not going to be the right choice for you. So it's about redeveloping that flow, that balance all the meanwhile, okay? I'm being drawn to a message. How about another look, okay? How about another look at something that you were viewing incorrectly, or maybe in a different light, being a changed and very, again, advanced, grown soul at this point. I really feel whatever that ends up being for you, again, don't force it. Don't cross that thin line and overdo it in the looking at it in a new light, reflecting moment. But there's something about that for you, okay? I just saw 1110 and 1111 on the board for us. I don't know why that wording came through. You're going to see certain angel numbers throughout this day of importance. They're reminding you to perfect your glow, but again, don't force it. And to take certain moments throughout the Sunday to catch your breath, to heal, okay? Because I feel this collective goes through it more than meets the eye, more than you speak about or even would want to admit. Spirit is saying you're extremely special and you need to remember this, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope it was truly helpful. I'll see you in the next one.